Coming up in the morning edition, Simonet defends immigration policies. The DPM speaks to challenges to stay current and compliant. And today is International Girls and ICT Day. It's International Girls and ICT Day. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. For those who don't know, information, communication, and technology run the world today, and we salute the young girls around the world who are diligently educating themselves and taking these career paths. And we also salute the women who have been making waves over the years in these male-dominated fields. He is not a girl in ICT, but he is our amazing Chief Meteorologist, Basil Dean, who's standing by with the weather report. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. We're going to get you started with a shot of our ZNS Tower Cam, which is overlooking Nationals Harbor. Beautiful shot there with just a few clouds floating around this morning. As we go to our satellite picture, we do have an advancing cold front, which will bring some rain showers to the area late Friday heading into Saturday. And outside of our studios, we have partly cloudy skies, temperatures 73 degrees, relative humidity 77%, southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,016.0 millibars at 30.00 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning: Marsh Harbor at 72, 70 degrees in Grand Toll Key, Freeport 70 degrees, the Berry Island 75, Allenstown, Bimini 75, 74 in Harbor Island, Rock, Sandy, Lutra in Otterstown, Cat Island 73, Staniel Key, Kemp Space, South Andros, Fresh Creek, and Central Andros all at 74, San Salvador and Rum Key at 73, picking up some 76 in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands, Matchetown, Inagua 77, Turks and Caicos Islands also 77 degrees. And your boating forecast for today in the northwest and central islands: light and variable winds with very flat seas. They're going to be 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Low tide 6:29 this morning, high tide at 12:12 in the afternoon. For the southeast bombers, southeast flow 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Now on to our top story this morning. A heated debate in the House of Assembly during the evening session as members of the opposition adamantly voiced concerns over the proposed amendments for the Immigration Amendment Bill 2019. Minister of Financial Services, Trade and Industry and Immigration, the Honorable Brent Simonet, acknowledges some issues within the bill, however, argues that a significant amount of low-skilled jobs are being absorbed by foreign nationals.
The Department of Immigration has dealt with 10,370 applications for work permits. 6,752 were issued, 2,189 are waiting for the payment of fees, so that's 8,000, and 571 are pending issues. That's in 6 months. We have 10,000 applicants for work permits in this country. Wow. And if we want to stand here and say only Bahamians can have that job, we are going to restrict the economy, in my opinion.
The Financial Intelligence Unit held a forum yesterday for money laundering reporting officers. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, spoke about the challenges in staying current and compliant in an ever-changing financial services industry, while thanking the officers for their cooperation in reporting transactions of suspicious money laundering and terrorism financing. Minister Turnquest highlighted the challenges the Bahamas faces in convincing international regulators and agencies. The Minister of Finance also spoke about improvements made by the FIU to address these challenges.
Improvements that they're doing now with the FIU is to implement a new software system that will track suspicious transaction reports from the time they're reported to the referral to the police department for investigation, to the receiving of that information back to the FIU, and the disposal of the case and feedback to the reporting officer, so that the full loop is closed. And we also be able to document the number of reports that we have, how they were disposed of, the ones that have gone for prosecution, the status of the prosecution, so that we can demonstrate and document to all of these assessors that we are in fact being effective in our oversight of the jurisdiction from a money laundering, financing, terrorism risk perspective.
Youth and volunteering officer of the Bahamas Red Cross, Andres Strawn, telling ZNS News recently that 20 young people and volunteers played a critical role in the success of this year's Red Cross Fair on Clifford Park. Strawn says she is happy to see young Bahamians giving back in such a tangible way.
For young entrepreneurs that have come out, they have really, I guess, shined through, because we had a lot of young people come out and support. We had a young Creole cuisine stall that really brought the dynamics in the international food stall, and the majority of them were a young person. So there is a lot of young people that see the need to not only give back, but to really enhance their craft. So it was an awesome learning experience.
Once again, when we return, we're going to take a trip down to Exuma to check in with our Charles Fisher. Happy Girls and ICT Day. See you on the other side of the break.
It's so easy to get the best prices on home renovations, house and lot package deals, and installation services. Just stop by Alcal Plaza, Faith Avenue South. Check out INC Window Suppliers for hurricane impact windows, doors, and installations. INC Construction is there to handle your home and lot packages, top quality home renovations, building driveways and walls for you at the best prices around. And don't forget to stop by 3C's Wholesale Snacks and Beauty Supplies for designer bags and a whole lot more. Alcal Plaza, Faith Avenue South.
Call now 677-1664 or 803-6857.
The machinery of the government is always working to make the country better for present and future generations. But what does that machinery look like, and how does it really work? Find the answers to these questions and more as you hear directly from this administration's policymakers. Tune in to A Closer Look with Anthony Newbold, Mondays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Congratulations to all of the girls in ICT. Let's continue to make ICT fun.
Happy ICT Day to our Jimonita Swain, who is standing by with the Bahamas First traffic report.
Traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. Happy ICT Day to you as well. We're celebrating the accomplishments of both women and girls in technology, but we're coming to you live from Blue Hill and Wolf Road, as you can see from our drone shot, but our second camera is giving you an idea of what's happening for traffic coming up onto Blue Hill Road from the south. Now, of course, we have Corporal Decore Bar of the Police Traffic Division joining us here this morning to talk about some areas of concern as motorists make their morning commute. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jimonita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, are there any areas of concern that motorists need to be mindful of as they make their commute?
The Milo Butler Highway, like we stated earlier this week, they're having some road works done in that area, and we still have that southbound lane, which is converted into a single lane. Also on the West Bay Street from Arawaki as far as Clifton, as far west as Clifton Pier, BPL is conducting some tree trimmings, which would be done between the hours of 12 a.m. and 8 a.m. So persons who would be using that thoroughfare between those hours should be aware and may possibly want to divert from that area.
And if not, then just be a little bit patient and use some caution. Any accidents that motorists need to be aware of? I think you also had some traffic checks overnight as well?
Yes, at this present time we have no accidents outstanding. Other than the roadworks, no congestions or diversions to report. With the Royal Bahamas Police Force stepping up their game in traffic management and enforcement, officers from the Mobile Division conducted an operation yesterday where they cited 22 drivers for various offences, from failing to obey the traffic light to driving while not secured by a seatbelt, driving with unlicensed vehicles, and various other offences.
Well, thank you so much, Corporal Decore Barr. Busy 24 hours for traffic officials. But we told you a few weeks ago about a family that lost their loved one who was actually killed in a traffic fatality, and they've been having difficulties in terms of burying their loved one. Now, to talk about a good deed that one funeral home is stepping up to do is, of course, Damian Fox, who joins us live now from Restview Funeral Home. Good morning, Mr. Fox.
Good morning, Ms. Sawyer. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, tell us why, what prompted you to step in and assist the family in their time of need.
Mr. Keith McSweeney and Mrs. McSweeney, both of them saw the news, and they saw that is a good deed to do this wonderful thing to exercise their.
So you're taking care of the full funeral costs for the family, or how are you assisting them?
It's no cost to the family, no cost to the family at all. Mr. McSweeney and Mrs. McSweeney said no cost to the family. We are doing everything in our best to make it comfortable for the family. The service will be held on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Zion Yamacraw.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Fox. Definitely a positive end to such a tragic event. But back to you in Studio LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Manita. Our Charles Fisher has been in Exuma covering the National Family Island Regatta all week, soaking up some sun and having a whole lot of fun. Let's turn things over to him to see what he is up to this morning. Good morning, Charles.
Well, good morning, LaDawn, and as you can see, it's a bit rainy in the background. We were supposed to go out on the boat, but that has altered our plans, so you know what we did? We brought in Richard Ross. He's one of the owners of the Sansali boat. That boat, that very, very slow boat, is going to set a world record for the most last in history of regatta, but Richard doesn't mind that. But the question this morning, is they be out late in the night, out on the waters all day, and they come out here first thing in the morning. Richard, how do you guys get up so early in the morning?
Because the excitement of sailing, every day, I'd be dreaming about getting on that boat and trying to beat somebody up in this bed, so I can't even sleep.
And like with real sport, some people might say sailing ain't a real sport. If you're a basketball, you got to get up, do some exercise. If you're track and field, you got to do a bit of exercise. How do skippers get ready for their routine all day?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you're not fit, you can't run a sailboat. Because number one, things get locked up.
Let's see some of those exercise shows.
You got to bend the gunfire on the front rope, and let's get out there. Then on my boat, I got to stop pulling and hoist the sail.
Hoist the sail.
And everybody won't be on their point. So they arguing and saying, you do this and do that and make sure they ain't me cause this problem. You know,
so what are the exercise you do to get warm up?
Man, anything. We walk around all night and do some jumping jacks and run your mouth, all this exercise.
So running your mouth is an exercise. That's an Olympic sport.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you see this regatta this year so far, Richard?
This regatta is getting off on a good start. The boats, we sailed well. We not too much breeze yesterday. It was social breeze, but it was okay.
This rain today, will it affect you guys?
Well, I hope the rain brings some more breeze. I hope it doesn't stop the breeze. Let's pray for the best with this rain.
Sansali,
the beast from the east, San Salvador, representing.
How many laughs have you all gotten in the last year?
Fisher boy, we've been in the back there plenty. Let me tell you what's going on. Yesterday I was up there, but in my class is almost 35 boats.
And I had to finish 27.
Yeah, and I had to tack away from one boat. And man, because of the fleet coming at me now, I ended up in 27. I said, it was just too much boats.
So you know what you got to do? More exercise. Get some more strong men on the boat like me, but you need a life vest. And then what that is?
You pull the anchor first, and then when you finish, pull the anchor on the sail. And man, but you know, while I'm sailing and we having fun, and there's a whole lot more we do while sailing, especially with my boat. I get to represent my island. I get to introduce San Salvador. A lot of foreigners, they ask me, well, where's San Salvador? And you know, and I love it. And then we bring more into Exuma. You see, last night out here was a little busy, and I know that was a small crowd to compare what can be tonight. So that's what we doing. We bringing a whole lot of money into the island. in which they're doing good already. So, I mean, there's a plus. Plus.
Thanks a lot, Richard Ross. Let me let you go get those sails up and everything.
Yeah.
We'll be practicing.
We'll be practicing hoisting that sail and then pulling off the line and all kind of. Thanks.
Patricia's having a whole lot of fun over there in Exuma. The much anticipated production Friends with Benefits takes place this weekend. Mark Gardner, producer, and Patrice Johnson, director, joins us this morning on the Morning Edition. Lady, gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you for having us.
So, Mrs. Johnson, talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind the actual production.
Oh my gosh. Gia Pierre is the author, and she has these fantastic ideas that comes into play, and she sits down and puts them in writing, and we do our job to put it into execution on that stage.
And what does it all entail?
She has this time talked about friends with benefits. We know what friends with benefits means, yes? And so what she's doing in this production is to just touch bases on what it is, how situations happen, how we get ourselves involved in friends with benefits, and how it's best to just sometimes remain friends.
Mr. Gardner, talk to me about, I guess, some of the characters involved in the production.
We have veteran actor Ramada Russell on set. Everybody in Nassau knows Ramada Russell. We have Lisa Turnquist, we have Sherelle Dames, Evan Williams. The cast is 14. Maisha Mortimer, who is from Nassau. The only person in the cast from Nassau is Maisha Mortimer from Carmichael. Everybody else is Grand Bahama based. It's 14 cast members, so calling the names right now won't allow time. But listen, it's loaded with laughs, and the message behind it. Don't be afraid by the title. But the message behind it is very solid, loaded with laughs. You're gonna love it.
So when and where will the production take place?
This weekend.
Yes.
We're at the University of the Bahamas. It's from April 26th to the 28th.
Yes. That's tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and we have 2 shows on Sunday.
And tickets, where can persons purchase tickets?
Any cash and go location. Yes.
Any cash
and go location.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Gardner and Mrs. Johnson, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition. And best of luck on your production.
Thank you kindly. We look forward to seeing you.
Yes, definitely. And the entire ZNS News crew.
Hello.
Okay. You're going to love it. Trust me, you're going to love it.
All around the world today, girls from the ICT will celebrate in technology and information. The theme for ICT Day 2019 is Expand Horizons, Change Attitudes. The Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, or IRCA, is hosting a one-day symposium and trade fair for women who are pioneers within the discipline of electronic communications to interact and share ideas. The Bahamas joins other member countries that make up the International Telecommunications Union to encourage more women to consider joining the field of technology. Jiminy DeSwain chatted with 2 tech geniuses who make magic here at the Broadcasting Corporation.
About bridging the digital gender divide, ICT International Day, a day set aside to encourage girls to pursue a career in technology. Here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, technology is at the core of all productions. Globally, as the spotlight is directed on girls in technology, today, April 25th, we at ZNS celebrate 2 technology giants, both girls, well versed in the field. Ashley Whitney and Ilka Rogers are trained camera women and are even more lethal with their skills on a Mac, mastering editing software in their day-to-day roles. Ilka packages many of the shows or reports that appear on your television screens, from Agriculture Now to Wake Up Bahamas, as well as promos. We've worked extensively together in the field, and Ilka is determined to get the shot, whether crabbing in the Andros bushes or swimming with the sharks. She is passionate about what she does. That includes just about everything.
I basically help out with the production planning, the production itself in terms of camera work, a little bit of audio, and then post-production in terms of editing and some visual effects.
Ilka studied film, media, and journalism. That makes her a triple threat. But she also mastered in broadcast journalism, where she found her niche in production.
And I found myself enjoying the production work a little bit more than the reporting side of it. And I studied a little bit more, I did more research, and I grew to love it.
The other part of our dynamic duo is Ashley Whitney. She provides the fabulous drone shots you see for traffic daily on the Morning Edition. She worked on Fabulous Living. Ashley also works with other shows that include The Read Factor, but it seems like the field of technology had a grip on her from a young age.
My dad would tell me stories about how I would never watch TV, but whenever a commercial would come on, I'd like stop dead in my tracks with whatever I doing and like just observe and watch the commercials. And from I remember knowing myself, I used to love watching commercials, like watching movies, like observing and, oh, I wonder how they did that, you know, like just with a very detailed eye. So most of the times I would just completely miss the movie.
She's always focused on the viewer's take from whatever she produces.
In my pieces, I always want people to never be bored watching it. I always want people to have fun watching it. I want them to look for more in it, as in, when it's over, that's it? Where's the rest?
And as for their advice to other girls or women in the field of technology,
hey, we are here as well. We can do these same things that all the men can do as well, and we're just as good, and sometimes we're even better in some cases. So it's really important for women to have representation in all fields, not just media.
If you want to be a camera woman, just pick up your phone, practice. The internet is available, just study. Do not be afraid. It's a wonderful field to be in.
And to all women in ICT, continue to expand your horizons and change attitudes. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Great story there. Sports live from Exuma with Charles Fisher coming up after the break.
Fidelity has the tools you need to make getting out of debt simple. Our debt consolidation loans will help you reduce your monthly payments with a built-in savings plan that earns 5% interest. Fidelity even gives you a financial coach to help you stay on track. Even our credit cards earn reward points that can be used for free travel, hotel stays, Movis Gas, John Bow, car rentals, and shopping. No need to fall victim to sweet talk. Tell those other banks to simply walk the talk. Call Fidelity today and get the help you really need with a real debt consolidation loan. Fidelity, we're good for you.
They will be coming by boat, plane, and by any which way they can. Join the ZNS Radio and Television Network from Pitras, Elizabeth Harbor, Georgetown, Exuma, and the 66th National Familial Regatta, April 22nd through 27th. We will be coming live on television daily in the morning edition at 7 a.m., first at 6, and the Bahamas tonight at 7 p.m. And we will also be sailing in the breeze with a half-hour television show, The Exuma Breeze, from 3:30 to 4 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Sloop Sailing Nationals at its best in all the classes A, B, C, D, and E, and the young skippers will also be on the waters. This year they will be honoring Stafford and Bristol, Delworth Gibson, and Jacob Higgins. You don't want to miss it. ZNS Radio and Television, we have you covered.
Explore the world of agriculture with us. Join me, your host, Carla Palmer, for continued adventures in agriculture and the marine environment as we head into Season 2 of the program, Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now, moving to a new date and time, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m., right here on the ZNS Television Network.
Congratulations, girls in the ICT. Keep up the great work.
Good morning once again and welcome to Georgetown, Exuma, Pitras, Elizabeth Harbor to be exact, but the rain is wreaking some havoc early in the morning. They are scheduled to start the point races this morning with the first class of C. Yesterday they had the Cups race, and guess what? That was full of excitement. In winning the Class C, Minister of Agriculture Emeritus Cup, that's Class E, pardon me, was Man O' War, skipped by Leslie Roll out of Cornish Exuma. Hot Mix finished second, and coming in third was a Lady Kayla with Chris Roll aboard the tiller from Cornish Exuma. That was in Class E, the Ministry of Agriculture Cup. They then went to the Commodore Emeritus Cup in Class C. Now, this bit of a controversy in this race. Riddy K crossed the line first, but but after being assessed some penalties, they finished 6th overall. So the winner there was Zena, skipped by David Knowles out of Mangrove Bush, Long Island. Coming in second was H2O. Buzzy Roll aboard Bull Reg was third. Coming in fourth was It Ain't Right, and Sacrifice finished fifth. And then in the Governor General's Cup in Class B, New Susan Chase out of Mangrove Bush, skipped by Stephen Knowles, took the cannon. Lonesome Dove, Jeff Gaylor out of Abaco was second. Queen Drusilla finished third. Coming in fourth was Lady Natalie, and coming in fifth was Lady Sonia. So those were the results yesterday. And taking the Class A Prime Minister's Cup was the Running Tide, skipped by Brooks Miller out of Staniel Key, Exuma. We're now joined by this youngster right here. He's up and about early this morning. He's one of the up-and-coming future skippers here on the island. First of all, give us your name.
My name's Andrew. Andrew Bow.
Andrew Bow. Andrew Bow. And Andrew, you're sailing in this regatta in Class E. How do you feel it's going to go feel?
I mean, like, I'm fine as long as I don't capsize. And, like, I'm not really nervous about the competition. I'm actually happy to sail against other Bahamians.
How long have you been sailing?
I've been sailing since 2017.
2017, that's just 2 years. And how does it feel to be among the big skippers like Brooks and Buzzy Roll?
Like, it doesn't feel I'm not nervous about sailing against them because I just focus on my boat and getting to the buoy.
Boy, sailing on those rough waters today, how do you keep cautious?
I actually like most of the time I like sailing in weather like this, but as long as it's not too heavy, I should be fine.
So if you're coming down to Georgetown, Exuma, and if you're a sailing fan, this is one of the skippers to watch out for in the future. He has a bright future. You right? That's what you want to do, sailing?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot, Andrew, for joining us here on the morning edition. Sports, that's going to be a quick recap. We're going to try and get out of this rain, but the rain is forecasted for most of the morning, and we'll let you know just how things are going. But don't forget to join us at 3:30 this afternoon on the Exuma Breeze. Our half-hour show will be coming to you from the Peace and Plenty Hotel.
On behalf of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, we want to say congratulations to the girls in ICT 2019.
In our final look at weather, area of weak high pressure will maintain light breezes throughout the 700 islands today. Meanwhile, we're watching this cold front, which is approaching the eastern Gulf of Mexico, that will get into the northwest Bahamas on Saturday morning. But some leading clouds will start to affect the northwest Bahamas as of late Friday, heading into early Saturday morning. Some showers will develop and isolated thunderstorms in the mix as well as that front goes through. Not much change in temperatures are expected. A forecast for today call for partly sunny and warm conditions with some sporty showers. High temperature today around 84 degrees. And tonight, just simply partly cloudy. Low temperature 74. The extended weather forecast, showers in the forecast on Friday. Heading into Saturday, things dried quite nicely on Sunday. As we head into early next week, we should have an abundance of sunshine, but 1 or 2 sporty showers as we start to head closer towards summer. Ladon?
Some great weather there, Basil. Thanks a lot. That's it for us. Once again, on International Girls and ICT Day, we salute all women in the information, communications, and technical fields. Today also marks the birthday of one of our co-workers, Mr. Swaggerific Daniel Michel. We wish him a very special happy birthday and hope he is somewhere enjoying his day. For Charles Fisher and Exuma, in the entire Morning Edition team, I'm Ladon Davis. Make it a great day, everyone.